To my good friend Reginald, thank you for writing to me with regards to our Ariana's Vow combo. I am grateful to say that I have been able to uphold your prescriptions on its secrecy quite well. But I have received word that the Stasis subclass has received yet another buff from our friends at Bungie, and to this end they have given us the tools to create what I can only describe as an invincible Titan build for PvP. We must, with the utmost urgency, silence any possible voices in the community from sharing this secret new meta. While the common folk are sliding around the Crucible with their cryoplasm aspects and freezing people with cold snap grenades, using a combination of the Sweet Business, Ice Fall Mantles, Tectonic Harvest, Howl of the Storm, and a few key fragments, I've been able to grant myself an immortal amount of 400 total health on a mere 15-second cooldown. If the plebeians were able to deduce this tank-like build for themselves, well, we may enter a Crucible meta more akin to that of the game Overwatch. And as you know, my good Reginald, this uniqueness and variety of build may cause some players to have fun, which as you know must be prevented at all costs. We must deny any postulations that the Sweet Business and the Ice Fall Mantles in combination with the Whisper of Chains fragment is an unstoppable war machine, capable of granting the same level of survivability as a Guardian in their super. If the lowborn peasantry does come asking you to explain why the Sweet Business has a body shot time to kill faster than that of every 140 RPM hand cannon, dissuade them by informing them they must have the weapon fully spun up, which to them may seem impossible to think more than one step ahead. Yet still, if they insist on demanding you explain how you were able to tear them a structurally superfluous buttocks by landing all headshots with your fully spun-up Sweet Business, clocking its time to kill in at a 0.6 seconds, do your damnedest to convince them that you are somehow cheating. At any cost, you mustn't let them hear about the sheer power of this weapon. Likewise, if they sling accusations at you for hacking the game when your Ice Fall Mantles and Whisper of Chains combination grants you the ability to double the optimal time to kill of any weapon, agree with them, for it is preferable that your individual reputation be tarnished than the secret of this build to reach the public. If they notice that with the Whisper of Rhyme you can keep a steady stream of overshields and melee energy, inform them that you must have received some kind of shield from a nearby warlock running Middle Tree Dawnblade. In fact, while we are on this matter, Reginald, I have found that with this build and someone running the new Boots of the Assembler on a warlock, I am more akin to that of a raid boss than that of a man. For you see, with the proper amount of teamwork, I am able to use the healing from my teammates and the damage resistance from my Whisper of Chains to rip and tear through entire enemy teams like a child tearing open a Christmas present. The sheer fact that I am able to achieve a stream of bullets so ostentatious as to achieve accuracy by sheer volume of lead hurling through the air, I must say is quite satisfying. And of course, you must never let any of the common folk from hearing about it. I dare say that this Titanfall build, as I have come accustomed to calling it, has forced the wild Crucible ape to doubt their very existence. Why, I have had many an occasion when one particularly invasive species, a Fellwinter's simian, would shotgun and melee me, and then turn to walk away, presuming me dead, only to have their spine perforated from my dear Sweet Business. By Jermaine, my hunting expeditions through the Crucible might go so far as to establish bag limits to the amount of apes I am allowed to put down. If by some means the peasantry are able to deduce parts of this build, please make an effort to at least disguise the build's framework in its totality. Advise against them using the Glacial Grenade, a maximum resilience, the Whisper of Shards, in conjunction with the aforementioned Whisper of Rhyme and Chains. Tell them that they should not run a low mobility and high recovery stat. due to the popularity of mobility in this game, that should not be too hard. Distract the ignorant contenders from any feasible notion that with this weapon, armor, and subclass set, the survivability becomes insane. Put aside the reality that in my personal experience, I have over 3,000 kills and have been able to survive a headshot from a 90 RPM sniper, a slug shotgun, a direct hit from a rocket launcher, a shot from Jotun, every special weapon outside the highest impacts to the head, and a single hit from almost every super in the game. When the sweet business is fully spun up, the time to kill drops to an outrageous level, being more lethal than that of an average heavy machine gun. The lethality of this weapon becomes far greater if optimized with charge with light and high energy fire mods, becoming an astonishing 0.4 time to kill. Emphasize the notion that auto rifles are in a terrible spot and that sweet business is a wisecrack in the Crucible. Tell them that the time it takes to rev up the weapon generates too much of a hindrance to fully utilize. Dissuade any curious chaps from exploiting the glacial grenade and the Whisper of Chains fragments, especially in conjunction with the double bomber mods on the mark. If you must, hound the dunderhead for trying to employ the glacial grenade instead of using and abusing the cold snap like the rest of the good-for-nothings. Keep the rabble complacent with a more fast-paced and aggressive playstyle than the more slow and steady methodology that this build provides. I appreciate your efforts in maintaining contact with me and agreeing to keep such amalgamations to pervert upon the rank and file under lock and key. As long as you keep your fat nose out of trouble, we will be fine. Just continue with bamboozling the ragtag and bogtail as usual. I'm sure you can handle this. What you lack in intellect, you'll make up for in effort. Godspeed, you magnificent bastard. Archibald Multitool the Seventh. If you must, hound the dunderheads for trying to employ the great...
Fucking glacial. Really? I just need to pronounce glacial, goddammit. Fuck.
You're really struggling with that. Okay, well, we'll just call that there. We'll pick that up another time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know how it goes. Appreciate your love and support on these videos. We'll keep making them if you keep liking them. Bless your faces. Catch you in the next video. Deuces.